Hey, Joelle, you've talked a lot this season about how much you're prioritizing leadership and priding yourself in taking the guys under your wing. How much did you enjoy seeing Tyrese succeed the way he did tonight? What did you like about what he did?
I loved it. He's been on and off the whole season. I feel like he should be playing. The last couple of games that he's played, he's been amazing to watch, and he's been doing a great job. So, that's someone that as a guy here, I felt like he had a lot of potential, and I felt like I needed to help him, and he's a hard worker, and he's showing up. You see what he did tonight. He has that potential, uh, but sometimes you just gotta wait for your chance, for your turn. That's what he's been doing. He's been patient, and whenever his name is called, he shows up and he does a great job.
Joelle, on another note, I just learned that the Sixers Youth Foundation raised $250,000 on the sneakers that you donated and that your teammates donated, and Josh and Marjorie Harris are matching, so that's $500,000. How much does that mean to you to hear that you guys were able to raise that much for kids in the area?
Oh, it means a lot. I'm big into helping people. To be in a position that we are, and to be able to raise that much money, and also for the owners to participate and help us. I think is big. I really appreciate it. Especially for me, like I always mention, being from Africa in general, that's been my goal. Since I got to the league, I want to help as much people as I can. It's nice to see us as a group do that.
Thanks so much, Joelle.
Mark Narducci.
Joel, you had told us the other day that you're hoping to get up to maybe 36, 38 minutes a game during the postseason. With that in mind, how do you feel you are at that point getting to that goal? And what would you like to see for yourself just for this final week?
Just keep playing. Obviously the past couple of games, they've been low on minutes before we've been blowing our teams. So that's been great. But we just had 5 and 7. So tonight I kind of felt it a little bit. I just gotta take it day by day, and keep doing our job. Keep going to the gym. The main thing for me is to get stronger. Just being in the weight room, just keep lifting, just to get ready for the long postseason run.
Thanks.
Kai Carlin.
Hey Joe, just kind of real quick going back to Tyrese. Whenever Ben is out, you guys always have issues kind of pushing the pace. But now that Tyrese was able to get in here tonight, what did you kind of think of him pushing the pace and kind of being like, okay, without Ben, now we have a guy like Tyrese push things?
Oh, that's what we need. That's huge for us. Those easy baskets. Obviously, Ben does a great job of it, and I mentioned it. I mentioned it before. When he doesn't play, it's not about defense. That's what we miss the most. Just that pace, and for Tyrese to come in and be able to do that. That helps us a lot. That helps our shooter. That helps me. We got a bunch of easy baskets, and the game just becomes easier.
And then what did you think of Tobias? It seemed like he's kind of getting off the slower starts offensively recently, but tonight he got off to a bad start for you guys tonight. So how important is that for you on offense?
Oh, we needed him to. With Ben Furka not playing, Seth not playing, we needed him to be aggressive. He should be aggressive as every single night. He should get the ball. He should get shots up. He should create for his teammates. So for him to come out and do that, I think he set the tone.
Thank you, Joe.
Andrew Greif.
Hey Joel, I'm at the LA Times, and next week with I know this isn't connected to tonight, but with Kobe being part of the new Hall of Fame class next week. There's a lot of anticipation out here for his induction. And I was just curious because you said in the past that he was part of the first NBA game you ever watched. I think it was Lakers Magic. Like what do you remember about, or what series was it? And what do you remember about that day? Like where you were, who you were watching it with, and why it left an impression on you?
Well, at the time, I was around 13, or something like that. Can't remember. And it was the finals. It was actually Lakers Boston, and it was kind of my first time watching basketball and NBA basketball, and it happened to be the Lakers. And all I kept hearing was Kobe, and they won that year. So that was the first time I watched, and that was also when I fell in love with basketball, and that's why he became my favorite player. So I would say that I'm probably here because of him. Although even at that stage, at that age, I didn't start playing right away because my dad thought the game was too physical, so he didn't want to let me play basketball. So. And it took a lot of convincing until I got to 16 years old for him to actually let me start playing basketball, and from there went through a lot, but I would say Kobe, we miss him a lot. I miss him a lot. He was my favorite player, and when you watch the way I play basketball and the moves that I've added, especially when it comes to fadeaways over both shoulders, and that comes from a lot of tapes on Kobe's game. So miss him a lot. Wish he was still here with us.
Yeah, I was going to say a lot of international players say that it was hard to find tapes of him, to find highlights, to find games where they were growing up. That they'd stay up till 4:30 a.m. to watch a live game.
Yeah.
Like, what was your experience once you kind of understood who he was and that you liked his game? Like, how would you find? And this is the YouTube era. Would you just look him up on YouTube, or how were you finding his game?
Even back then, it was still hard, and my parents, that were kind of tough. We had school nights, so we couldn't stay awake. We had to go to bed by 9 o'clock because we had. So I used to. I didn't even watch all the games. I watched here and there. Like I could never watch more than one game a week, even one game a month, maybe. But at that time during the finals, I think it was already the summertime, so we didn't have any school. But even then, I still had to go to bed, so I would still like sneak out and go to the living room and turn the TV and the volume all the way down just to get to watch it. So it was tough. Even with YouTube, I didn't get the chance because my parents were kind of tough when it came to electronics. Video games or TV. We had a time that we could be on it, and most of the time we just didn't. Because we had to do a bunch of stuff, clean the house and all that stuff. It was hard, but whenever I got the chance, I enjoyed it, and I try to, learn as much as I can, even though I wasn't playing.
Thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Joe.